Everything okay over there, Emilio?
Yep.
Okay. Great, thanks.
I bet every person in this room has thought about their future at least once before. The opportunities for us seem endless. After high school, we got the choice of where we wanted to go, and we all ended up here at Cal Poly. Whatever path we took to get here, it was ultimately our choice what we wanted to do. Now, what I bet a lot of you have not ever thought about before are whether the opportunities that are available for students with mental disabilities after high school. These opportunities are slightly more limited due to the cognitive and social functioning capabilities that these individuals have. But a lot of people do not even know what these opportunities are. As stated in the Prevalence and Characteristics of Autism Spectrum Disorder Among Children, published by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services in 2012, 1 in every 68 individuals are being born with autism spectrum disorder alone, not even including the other realm of mental disabilities that individuals are being born with. With this number being this high, it is very likely that every individual in this room knows at least one person in their life with a mental disability, whether it's autism or another mental disabilities. With this number being this high, it's important to know the post-secondary education, the employment options, and the housing opportunities that are available for these students after high school. A common step after high school is to go to a community college or university. That's what we all did, and that opportunity is available for students with mental disabilities depending upon the severity of their disability. So the common two that they can go to are community college or university, but what a lot of people do not consider is a trade school, which is another common place that they end up. A trade school specializes in specialized skills that they have, so they can further their skills if they have specific attributes that they are more adverse in. The criteria varies for these schools just like it does for us. We had to apply to get in just like these individuals do as well. But for them, these schools are looking for not only their functioning level and their academic level that they can apply to these schools, but also the support level that they need or that the schools offer for these individuals. Some need more support at school and others are more independent when it comes to it. To ensure the most success in post-secondary school, a transition plan is necessary, which is created to help students create goals for the next level of their next stage of life, depending on their needs and interests while still receiving support. This was mentioned in the article, The Effective Transition Planning, by Lynn Newman in 2016. Now, school is not the next step for everyone. A lot of people go into different professions after school. Childstat.gov published the U.S. Census Bureau findings in 2016 that only 67% of white individuals, 65% of Hispanic individuals, and 70% of Black individuals enroll in college immediately after high school, leaving a high percentage of individuals to go off to do something else, and a high percentage of these individuals go into the job career. For students with mental disabilities, the employment options are usually broken into 3 specific categories. The first category is competitive work. This is for individuals who are a little more independent and who go out into the community and actually find their own job listings and work solely on their own. The only support that they receive on these jobs are from their boss or their coworkers. The next category is the supportive work type of category, which allows these students to have a type of job coach that assists them at their job, and they help them find the job in the first place. The goal of this type of work is for the job coach to assist them at the beginning and be able to have this individual move to becoming more independent in the workplace. Now, the next type of job employment opportunity for these individuals is sheltered work. This is what a lot of individuals who need more support go into. This is a type of work where they work only with other individuals with mental disabilities, so they're in a more contained setting and they have 24-hour support staff on them and helping out with them. Stated in the article, Workers with Disabilities in Sheltered Employment Centers, published by the International Journal of Inclusive Education in 2016, people in sheltered category receive the training in basic skills and for job requirements to ensure the best performance and a sense of accomplishment when mastering the skills. So these individuals are working usually with manual labor, like assembling goods, like as shown in this picture, and they're able to master the specific skills, and they get a sense of pride when they're able to master these skills. So although they're not as highly functioning because of their disability, they're still able to feel that sense of individuality and freedom by being able to master these types of skills. Now, another option after high school is the housing options that they have to consider. Students with mental disabilities have options for types of housing, but the independence and level of functioning is the main criteria for them. The lower level functioning individuals usually stay in houses with their parents because they don't have to transition out of it when they're going to schools or going into jobs. If they're attending a school, they're allowed to stay in dormitories or apartments wherever necessary, depending again on their level of functioning. The supportive living home is probably the most common though. They can either live alone or with a roommate and receive support when needed. Warren McConkie mentioned in this article, Relocating People with Intellectual Disabilities, published in 2016, that individuals in supportive living homes usually have fewer needs, which cause them to be more involved in the community and have better relationships with people around them. The most severe case for individuals who need full-on support are group homes, where they live with other individuals with mental disabilities and have 24-hour support staff on them so they can help them with whatever needs they must need. Again, all housing opportunities depend on the level of functioning of social and cognitive capabilities. Now, with the growing awareness of disabilities in our world today, there are more programs that are being brought up. The more options nowadays, there are way more options nowadays than there used to be, but it is still limited for individuals because the sad reality that their cognitive and social functioning is not as high with individuals without mental disabilities. Thankfully, these individuals still have a degree of freedom to choose what education they want to pursue, what job they want, and how and where to live their life.
Okay, Kaylee, how did that go for you?
I feel like I still kind of fast. It's got a lot of information and I want to try to fit it in the time frame. So I tried to slow down at some points, but I kind of started going a little fast. So.
What did you find most interesting from the research that you did?
I just think it's interesting how many people don't know what opportunities are out